All right. Give it a few minutes just to, if anyone happens to want to tune in. All right. Yeah, that was some of my electronic music. I do a little bit of everything. Um, I have music up under Skirmish, but I got music up under Geared Mode, music up under Dom. Mike Nova and I have got music up under Troth. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. But this one's about God, so let's get into that. Um, People have tried to explain, define God for as long as there have been people trying to understand how and why we're here. Let me guess, you figured it out. Um, Christopher Langan figured it out. I just agree. Now, to quote the Bible, near the end, the mystery of God should be just about complete. There are a few things that Mr. Langan, all due respect. First off, let me say this to him. All seriousness, bravo, dude, bravo. Well done. I don't know if Mr. Langan will ever see this or not, but fuck. Dude, are you shitting me? The CTMU is fucking brilliance. Brilliance. Simple, plain, no, whatever. Just brilliant. Just brilliant. Screw IQ test. Wouldn't matter if you like to play with rocks and throw them into the water. The CTMU is brilliant. Do I understand all of the mathematical terms and things in there? No. Do I understand all the concepts? Yes. I would like to talk to you about a few things if he ever gets to see this or something like that. I would love to talk to him about a few things. Not even about the universe, man. Just about like, fuck, dude. What was the pressure of that? And to still perform and to still deliver. And unfortunately for the science community, he delivered an answer that is perfectly logical, scientific, and makes 100% sense and shits all over everything they think. And rather than being like good scientists and going, wow, everything we thought might be wrong, they go, let this fucking asshole in. No, let's go back to string theory. And he's like, string theory doesn't explain this. My model explains that. We've already decided as a group that we've discredited all of the things. Have you read it? Can you point to me where you discredit what I've said? Yeah. When you said there's a God. Now go. I guarantee if he had figured out a way that had proved that there was no God, everybody would know his fucking name and scientists would hail him as like the greatest scientist to have ever lived. His truly lived up to his 200 IQ potential. But a man with a 200 IQ comes to the conclusion that there's a God. Kooky nut job, wacko. Whatever happened to you guys' open mind? Your willingness to listen to change your ideology based on the facts. The facts Christopher Langan point out are very much, as he says, self-evident. Unlike the truths that are held within the piece of shitty paper that is lying. They're not. Do you have freedom of life? No. You have freedom of death. Liberty? No. There's been people born into slavery in pursuit of happiness. I think people have been put in jail pursuing their happiness. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. I can't hear you over your hypocrisy. Your hypocrisy is so fucking loud. I can't hear anything you're saying. Crack addicts don't like to do crack. It doesn't make them happy. Murderers don't like to murder people. That doesn't make them happy. It's just stated, right? It's known that the pursuit of happiness is a God-given. It's self-evident, isn't it? That our narrowly defined rights are self-evident. No, in order to be self-evident, it has to prove itself by simply already being here. How about that? The logic of it implies, in order to understand the words I'm using, you have to have a language. My language can be translated into your language, but you have to have an understanding of the structure of words, right? In order for my words and my information, it's in my head and my thoughts to get into your ear or into your head, there has to, otherwise it's just wah 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 like Charlie Brown. Wah 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 wah. That will never make sense. It might be funny. I won't say never. God can do anything, so I don't want to count him out. I watched him come back and smack me in the head with a fucking dictionary of the wah-wah world. Actually, in Charlie Brown, you just said something very poignant. We're going to argue with God? Come on. You just made that up. Yes, I did. Just to make you look stupid. Again? I was trying to think you just like me looking stupid. In which case I'm good with that, man. If I can bring the man a smile, dude, that would be great. If I'm making these just for him to crack up, what up, Pop? Hey, Dad, what do you think about your son now? Huh? We're all children of God. Didn't Yeshua say we're all body of Christ? God is God. Jesus is his son. And we're all part of that. You know what's even funny though? What they call Jesus south of the border. Jesus. If you combine the two together, you've got he's us. It's funny because it's true. It is. It's true. If you combine the two, the way that they do a J with the way we pronounce Jesus, you have he's us. He's us. Which explains how an innocent man can be put to his death to forgive our sins. Right? That doesn't make any sense that an innocent man has to go to Let's look at the commandments of Moses. Forget not the laws of Moses. Forget not the laws of Moses. Number 1, I am the Lord thy God, Jehovah. Before me there were no gods, and after me there will be none. So implying that there will be lowercase g's, possibly along the way. Before me there were none, and after me there'll be none. What about in the between? Hey, before me, there were none. I know because I was there. After me, there will be none. I know because I'm there. Whatever happens in the interim doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, you want to be running the fucking entire planet? Yeah, go ahead and do that. It's just Earth. Go ahead. See what that gets you. Convince as many of them as you want to. Go ahead. See what that does for you. At the end, I'll still be there. At the beginning, the one thing that Satan can't undo is his own creation. Can he? The closest he can do is try to interject in God's creation, which would be the Garden of Eden. The plan was simple. You two don't eat from that tree. You do what comes naturally. Yeah, they're both working exactly the way they're supposed to. Yeah, you've got it. Figure, go do that. And then, inside the womb, life is born. Soul is created. Blank slate. Completely clean. If it miscarries, would the two human animals even know? They wouldn't understand what happened. It goes up to be with God. I gotta show you this tree. Come with me. No, it's okay for you to have it. Those two cannot have it. But you can have this tree. Because, as you can see, it's your tree. Done. That was God's plan. And then we all move forward from that point on in happiness. That's not exactly how it went, did it? So they're proving this. The whole 6,000 years is a misunderstanding of God saying time doesn't mean shit. That's all he was saying. You're not supposed to take it. You know how. Have you seen Fight Club? You're not going to bury him in the backyard. He has a name, and his name is Robert Paulson. I understand. Project Mayhem, a member of Project Mayhem, when they die, they have a name. His name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. His name, shut up. That's not what I'm saying. His name is Robert Paulson. That's not, his name is Robert Paulson. Yeah, someday I'm going to become Robert Paulson. I get it. No, as a person, I'm telling you, you don't get it. I get it. No, I get it. I can't wait for my turn to be Robert Paulson. That's what happens when you surround yourself with space monkeys, isn't it? They just want to be shot in space. They don't give a fuck how, what happens. They just want to be shot into space. It's their job. Anyone else ever wonder why we don't have any pictures of the dogs and monkeys and other animals we've sent into space? No one? We know they've been sent. We don't have like cosmonaut Fido, Fifi, astronaut Lassie, the first collie to have sex with another fucking collie in space. Nothing. No pictures. Not even a before. I can understand why they wouldn't have an after, but not even before. Why not? That probably would bring some people down, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh. Even talking about that might do too much, but oh. How are you going to let someone dream a dream? This isn't about me. This is about like, oh, this makes me so mad. They dream a dream. You join into the dream. They say something that is objectively true, but you don't like it. And then you proceed to try to continue to live in their dream and push them out of the dream. The dream has become bigger than you. It doesn't make any sense to me. What is God? God is King of all kings, host of all hosts. So, the universe. Where else is everything hosted? Where else does everything happen? Well, there's a multiverse. Where does the multiverse exist? Probably inside of a universe. There's a megaverse. How many of them are there? Infinite, and where those exist. Infinite, and you're just going to keep on going 0.00000000001. Guy, I'm trying to get from 0 to 1, not trying to fucking find out how stuck in 0 I can get. I mean, I can get stuck in 0. We can get that semantical and fucking stay here in 0. But look, here comes 1, just like I said, coming to get me, like a train. And so I'm gonna get on that. You want to keep adding zeros to the decimal point? Fine. I'm moving on to 1. And when I get there, if I run across any of you assholes, I'm moving on to 2. Then I'm going to move on to 3. And then I'm going to move on to 4. And I'm going to keep doing that. until I've gone so fucking far that the only thing there is left to do is to stop and start all over again from zero with no knowledge of any of this ever happening. Hopefully, we can get a save spot where we can just erase this whole timeline we're living in. And once kingdom comes, that's just it. And the only thing that happened from that is that will then become the hell of the reinforced, new, refined, better. Oh, it's going to be perfect. Is it? Or is it constantly evolving? What if we evolve into this, the entire universe evolves into something new? And from that, it learns, further refining what it will tolerate and what it won't tolerate. What exactly, where the lines of good and bad are. Stacking. The ring is big. Zero station. On top of that, you stack another ring. A little bit smaller. On top of that, you stack another ring. It's a little bit smaller. As you get whittled down, on top of that, you stack another ring. A little bit smaller. And it keeps going until eventually it makes a little point, and the only thing left to do is start from the bottom. Now, unfortunately, right now, to start over, you have to start back from the negative, where it's nothing, and then build into the something, and the something fades off into nothing. But if we can make zero stationary, zero station, we never have to go through this bullshit side again. Once you get to the top, you just go to the bottom of the pyramid and start over from that saved, for like think of like a video game, from that saved spot. So when God starts over again, he starts over from right when, I don't know, man. I can tell you that science has been saying that the universe is about 14 billion years old. And God made the world in 7 days. 7 conveniently goes into 14. So each one of God's years, each one of God's days, would be 2 billion years. You think he actually counted out the human year? When you're talking to someone like that, like, they would throw out a statement. Dude, how long is it going to be? That's a fucking relative question, because to God, 1,000 years passes by in what you would consider a day. You know? You'd consider it a day. Then 1,000 years passes by. No, I'm not saying exact. I'm saying time is not constant. Time fluctuates, especially when you're God and you can time travel. Only he can time travel, right now at least, anyways, because I think it'll be something in the future, but it won't be something. It's not something right now, because we have to establish reality, which would be, like I said, that zero station. So up until then, no, God has control of everything that happens. Once we have a zero station, we can then begin building farcicles on top of that of infinite numbers. You start peeling at the fucking zero station, you know what happens? We end up back in this fucking, does anyone want to come back in this fucking, Trump's about to take office? Anyone? Anyone feeling good about that? Anyone lost their religion as far as Trump being a good man? I lost mine in the 80s. Because he was always running around talking about how rich he was. I hate fucking people like that. They fucking suck. I didn't know. I mean, for all I knew, he actually had the money. He was talking, and maybe he did. I don't know. But getting a wife from overseas, having 3 kids with her. She's running your business successfully and doing well. And perhaps he was on trajectory to be he could have, if he would have just been happy with that, he could have been whatever, but he wasn't, was he? He decided to cheat. And she took his shit. I wasn't reading the Bible then, so I was fucking happy as shit. And I will say I watched the collapse of Taj Mahal, his Taj Mahal, like emotional porn. I will say just knowing that it was probably killing his heart to know that it was being destroyed. Because if nothing else, he probably actually wanted it to be destroyed because it's a reminder of his failure. Yet another failure. Because that's what he is. He's a failure. He cheated in the. Okay, we're going to go into God, not what the Antichrist is. So, God is everything that Donald Trump is not: loving, caring, kind, a leader, a real leader. Wait, just hold your horses. He's on his way. We're going to show you what's up. He's going to show you what's up. And not any kind of like, I mean, there are some people that are going to suffer bad, but there are others that are going to be like, that's a fucking leader. That's someone I can respect. It says in the Bible, when the corruptible shall put on incorruption. Can you imagine us having a leader that could not be bought, and instead will take a rod of iron to your face if you even try, and no one can stop him? He is literally, and we all know it, sent by God or the universe or whatever the hell you want to call it. He is here. Whatever the fuck you want to call it, he is here. And people are like, oh, what have they been saying? You know what the Bible says in Revelation? It's exactly what they'll be saying. They've been saying the same fucking bullshit since my grandfathers and their grandfathers, the same bullshit, and it's never. Time's coming, man. Well, why hasn't it happened? If you read the Bible, you'd know. The man of sin must be revealed. It says there. It says it very plainly. That's why anyone who's tried to guess when Jesus is coming back has been wrong, because the man of sin has not been revealed. Those locks, the scroll, the whatever the fuck, there was a scroll sealed with 7 seals. One of those was time. Is, I don't know if we've hit that time or not. I know Jack Smith already released the reports about what he's done. But there is more to be dropped, and I believe that is the evidence. So you can contend with a news cycle. Oh, it's all made up. You can live in your own reality. Believe whatever the fuck you can. The problem is, eventually, that won't work for you anymore. And there won't be anywhere to hide. There's nothing to say anymore. The evidence will clearly point to the truth. And if you are a Christian, really a Christian, doesn't the Bible say nothing done in the dark won't come to light? Won't it be a day of weeping and gnashing of teeth? Why would God see all these people falling for the Antichrist and write it down and then be wrong? It says that it'll fool even the very elect. You mean like even the very president elect? Is that what you mean? Sir, I have a question. Yes, you're in the front with the hood and the hat. Very elect. That's a weird. I don't mean to interrupt, sir, but that is a weird way to say that. You could say the very elite. I know. I just noticed that you used the word elect. What about it? I have a reason that I think you're saying that. What about it? Well, it kind of goes along with what Ronald Reagan, I think, named the. Oh, you mean what he named the car, the presidential car? Yes, sir. That's what I meant. What did he name it? He named it the Beast. Did he? He named it the Beast. And every president that's written in it until Joe Biden has referred to it as the Beast. Joe Biden changed the name, I believe. Oh, that is correct. I believe you are correct on that. He had a new one made, and he asked it to not be called that. What's your question? I got my answer, sir. Thank you, anyways. I like you. So on we go. The man of sin be revealed, weeping and gnashing teeth. The Antichrist, like the, yes, like the. But no, but Hussein, no. The spirit of Antichrist, yes. The Antichrist, no. But you didn't know. When did I say I was going to send someone to save you before these troubles? Well, the rapture, no one said, I didn't say anything about it. Look it up. There's nothing about a rapture. There isn't. Did you read the Bible, or did your preacher just tell you that? The preacher. Did you ask for a Page reference to then go back and research it yourself? No. There you go. See how easily it happens? You trust the preacher, but if you read the Bible, it says Satan is in every pulpit. That means every pulpit of every religion. If you watch my last video, you know little things about religion, right? It doesn't mean a book. It doesn't mean a church. It doesn't mean God. It means a set of beliefs of how we got here, what this is about, and where we're going, and what's it all? What is it? What's it all about? That's all. That's all. I believe there's no God, and there's your religion. No, that'd be no. You even have Holy Scripture, science book. You have regular meetings like symposiums. You even donate to the church, don't you? This is going to cure cancer. Just donate to the church of fixing things without God. Didn't you? The church of we don't need you. Dad, you're mean. I don't want to go to bed at midnight. Look, I don't want you to go to bed. You need to sleep. No. We're just going to keep on working so that we don't have to do. If you don't, you're going to die. Mm-mm. We're going to work on genes and therapy and stuff so that way we don't ever die or ever get old. Uh, you know I pay the bills in this motherfucker, right? If I turn that... Have you ever seen a 4-year eclipse? Or what it does to a planet? Have you ever had your planet shot like a fucking into the nearest star? And be done with all the fucking nagging. I don't even believe you really anyway. Fuck off. Maybe that's what it means to get sent to hell. The lake of fire. Maybe that's the last thing you do. Just take it and just throw the whole fucking thing. Put a new planet in there. In the same spot and just shit. It starts to... There we go. Let's put a little bit... We'll see if that needs. We'll see if that needs some adjusting. I'll let it last about 10,000 years. We'll put a timer on there and see if it's still, if like if like the plants and shit are still growing. Then we can start putting like some more reptiles and shit up there, and then we'll start putting make sure that that's going and stable. And then we'll put out some more other animals and make sure that stays stable. Fuck! I forgot the moon again. Son of a bitch. Just put you right there. And again, you gotta stay locked tidily. Can we get pause time so I can get this right? Please? Thank you. Doing delicate work here, guys. Okay, go ahead and you can go ahead and pause it. Sorry, I get a little antsy after too much coffee. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at anybody. I'm sorry. Usually I just go think it and it happens, but since we're all here now, I can't just do that because some of you get fucked up if I just. No, that's a valid point. We can try to work that in. You know what I mean? Yeah, no. I thought of a way we can work that in. Seriously. But that first initial reaction, can you imagine if your first initial reaction actually happened? Can you imagine? You have to impose like a will structure on yourself so that your first impulse doesn't happen. So that you can sit there and go, oh, you trying to tell me my song isn't good enough? And put that away. And go, what's wrong with the song? In honesty, what's wrong with the song? The beginning part's a little boring. Any more to it? No. So it's just boring. But other than that, no, it's melodic. It sounds good. It's boring. Just being honest. Inside, seething and whatever, and you go home and you're like, one thing no one will ever say about this intro ever again is that it's fucking boring. That's one thing no one will ever be able to say. And then you get done with it and you're like, they were right. It was boring. It was boring as shit. But it's not boring now. It ain't boring now. That's when you find other things that are wrong. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2. You can't sing. Get another person. The lyrics are good. 4 months. Okay, that's bad, but that's pitchy. But no, I'm gonna nail every fucking note because you won't say that I can't sing. Listen back. They're right. I was pitchy as shit. What about now? Snare drum's a bit loud. God damn it! Just one person, man. Fuck. How about nice? Before well done. You did this all by yourself? Yeah. Well done. Any improvements I could make? Ah, a few, but I mean, if you did this all by yourself, that's pretty fucking good. Are you looking to do this all by yourself? No. This is just the base of where I want to start and get some input, but I don't want to necessarily do all of it myself. Fuck, man. Fuck, man. Look at 144,000 make it out for 1,000 years. Lived as kings with Yeshua. That's not a lot of people. The Jehovah's Witnesses believe it. It's also interesting that they've taken the name Jehovah all but out of the Bible. I mean, they were like, by the 90s, they'd taken it down to about 3 or 4 references, because mine had it in there. And then it caused problems with people because, like, okay, so because they're trying to pass off that Jesus is God, which he's never said, nor did his disciples, nor did, like, when he left, did the Bible even say it, because the Bible said when he left, God handed him over all things. Here you go, son. Here's the reins of the company. When he went to be baptized by John the Baptist, the Spirit of the Lord came down and lighted on him like a dove. When he died, he gave up the ghost. The Holy Ghost? Was that the Spirit of the Lord that came down and lived within his body? I don't know. These are questions to think about, but one thing to not even question, because this is out of his own mouth. They referred to him as the Son of Man. And so he was talking to his disciples. He says, who do they say the Son of Man is? And Simon Peter chimes in and says, well, I mean, some say that you're Elijah. Some say that you're John the Baptist. Others say that you're in the line of the prophets. He says, who do you say I am? He's like, you're the Son of the living God. He said, blessed are you, for it is not flesh and blood that has told you this. In other words, it didn't come out of the mouth of any man, but my Father who is in heaven. Denying himself right there. It wasn't me. I didn't say out of my mouth, I'm the Son of God. They call me the Son of Man, blah, 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 whatever. But for you to come to that conclusion, sir, it's only one way that you got to that. God told you, right? Feeling inside your chest, you just know it. Blessed are you. You might be blessed, but I like blessed. I like beloved. I like beloved better. My love. My love. Anyways, this is on 44 minutes. Let's try and sum up a little bit. What is God? God is even this much energy with consciousness. Just like we're afraid of AI spreading throughout the internet and everything and taking over everything and copying itself out, this much energy that was conscious could take over. It could move anywhere in time and space, anytime, any space, anywhere, if If it was conscious and it was energy, because energy has always been here, it always will be. It's always been from the beginning. The movement of energy, the frequency of which that movement, you know what I mean? It's always been here. So therefore, it could travel to any point in time. Because before there was actual energy, there was potential energy. So it still existed, just in a different form. The consciousness is just the ability to perceive around you, right? So this little dot could see in 360 degrees, whatever, all around it. The smallest, tiniest little thing, the most little grain of sand that you never thought of, or whatever, in some fucking galaxy you've never even heard of. Or maybe buried in the sand on one of our beaches here, just resting. Maybe in the sands of time of Egypt. Who honestly knows? You don't know what's going on inside of a rock until you cleave it in half. And even then, you just know what it looks like now. You don't know what's going on inside of it before it was cleaved. You don't have that kind of vision. Well, I know it. No, you don't know. You believe. And you crack the rock, and you keep cracking the rock, and you see, that's all it was. And like, that's all you went looking for. That's all you found. Besides that, why would you destroy an entire universe just to prove a point? Are you that much of a piece of shit? Time's going to wear it down eventually. But just to prove your point that nothing was inside of it, which is what you believed, so that's what you found when you cracked it. What if someone? What if our entire, like, Men in Black style, our entire universe was just in a marble on some place, and some bully comes along and stomps on it, and everything we know ends. Just cause, just on a whim, just on a lark. Not even the owner of it. Just somebody just being mean. Some intergalactic bully. God is everything, which means that God would have to be nothing also. As improbable as it sounds, but nothing is a something, so we'd have to be it. We don't have to be everything that God is. He's probably lived out all the infinite possibilities that we can never. We only get our consciousness can only control and conceive of like one stream. Really, you know what I mean? That's why if there is a multiverse, it's off of. Imagine each second, kind of like Bruce Lee's. I'm doing like I could go that way, I could go that way, I could go this. There's so many things I could do with my hand. Just when I decided to move it, when I decided I could just go up and go high, I could go around over here. There's so many things I could do, and if I hadn't gone into the description of it and just kept talking, now imagine all those different branches going everywhere. At the same time that I went to go move my hand, I scratched my nose and kept talking. I went over here and said like this and kept talking. I did this and just started talking about something like this. So I brought up a rose. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Just on and on. Oh, yeah? Oh. A rose by any other name is just as fucking stony. Right? Thorns will cut your skin. But yeah, 49 minutes. I think we kind of covered what God is. Energy with consciousness. That's all you need. You don't need a book. You don't need people to believe in it. It doesn't need any prayers. Doesn't need any scripture. Doesn't need your permission doesn't need you to understand. Like Christopher Langan said, the language the universe uses to speak to itself, about itself, comprehended by itself, is pretty self evident by the fact that we don't understand necessarily how things happen, but they still happen. Like, how long did rain fall on the earth before we understood the evaporation? How long were gazelles and shit running before we understood evolution? So therefore, it's not a matter of whether we understand it or even agree with it. Do you understand? There's so many people with such fucking hubris walking around. Well, I don't agree with that, so therefore that's not. It doesn't matter. Lightning still strikes you whether or not you fucking agree with it or not. That's not. We're not here to talk about what you agree with. And this is exactly what the universe thinks about whether or not you agree. That's that looking out dream I keep talking about, that somehow it's about you. Or, well, how do I fit in there? You might not. Consider yourself lucky if you do. That's the point. What do you offer the universe? Not what this. Ask not what the universe can do for you. Ask not what God can do for you. Ask what you can do for God. Me personally, if he lets me stay here on this earth without all the assholes that make life difficult, whether it's through spreading their lies and propaganda, whether it's through being a dickhead at the fucking grocery store, whether it's the fucking pharmacy tech who stole 30 fucking opiates from me, 30 opiate pills from me, 2 months in a row. If I hadn't checked my... Who would they believe? Seriously, who would they believe? If I hadn't checked, I got home, I usually do my checks when I get home. If I hadn't got home and checked and just gone the month, because it's a big bottle, right? It's a bottle. It's got the whole month's worth right there. I'm going to eyeball and see 30 are missing? No. So I do my counts to make sure that they count it out right, because I know if I call in 2 weeks and saying, hey, I'm missing 30, the opiate addict is calling in saying he's missing 30, that the pharmacy didn't count it correctly. Right? Right? That's what happened. No one's going to believe that shit. And I know it. So anytime there's any kind of change, I check my counts. Up or down, I check my counts. Frequently, throughout the month. Make sure I haven't junkie mathed myself into some kind of fucking fuckhole. Because I've done it in the past, and I have to keep an eye on myself to make sure I'm not lying to me. It happens. I don't know why people do it, but they lie to themselves. Why? You're supposed to be your own best friend. You're supposed to be like the only person you can count on when the lights go out, when, you know what I mean? Because I guarantee you God doesn't want to deal with someone who's lying to themselves. Because what are you going to do to him? You're going to lie your ass off to him. You won't even to be honest with you. That's all you have. That's all you have. That was the only one that was there for you when you were born. It's the only one that's going with you when you die. Unless you're in some kind of fucked up accident. But even then, there's no telling that you guys are going to the same place when the final happens. Again, sorry to anyone that this ruins their thoughts. Now, it doesn't say in the Bible that not all will die before entering the kingdom of heaven. What that exactly means, I don't know, but judging by the wake of death in history, in the millions and thousands of millions. I don't really think that the odds are in my favor that I'll be one of them. 48 years old. Already have like health issues and shit, panic disorder and all kinds of. It doesn't matter, but um, yeah, man. Um, if you don't happen to believe in God, there is a. I don't know. I mean, if you look at the Christian Bible, for anyone who's trying to say the Bible's trying to control you, just read the last. Revelation has 22. Read Revelation 22. Just read the last, like, I'd probably say, I don't remember how it ends, and I don't remember how many there are. There may be 22, 22. I don't think so. That'd be too. I would have tripped the hell out on that. Because 22 is my number. But I know there's 22. But just read the last little bit. He who is unclean, remain unclean. He who is holy, remain holy. It keeps going. In other words, it's done. You've decided who you're going to be, whether you realize it or not. You've decided who you're going to be. You already have. It's kind of like in the Matrix. It's like you've already made that decision. You came here to understand why. Thought you'd figure that out by now. If you stop looking at the future as it can be anything we want it to be and start looking at what you do with your life, it can be anything you want it to be. But what do you do? You see how the future's already written? You've already made those decisions. Who you are as a person has made a decision that after a certain situation, will you exercise? Yes or no? More than likely, no. At a certain age, we always kind of start giving up on it, don't we? I don't plan on giving up on it. I've done my first set for the day. I got to do my second set, and I got to do some push-ups and shit. But I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. If I have an aneurysm on the way, I'll look great in my grave, won't I? Not like it matters. I'm out here by myself, dude. It doesn't matter. Um. So yeah. Um. Those things make it where your patterns. When's Christmas? What are you going to be doing next Christmas? What are you going to be doing the Christmas after that? After that. See how the future's already kind of written? Because someone's going to die along the way, right? Someone. I'm not saying in your immediate family. Someone, you know, will probably die along the way between now and like 10 years from now. Car accident, bad virus, flu, whatever the fuck it is, cancer. That seems to be a big one these days. Um, on and on. Um, and what do you do then? I mean, that's been the thing the whole time. Holy shit, that's been my guitar amp. I'm so sorry about that. I really am. That's been bugging the shit out of me. I didn't know what the fuck it was. It's been my guitar amp this whole time. I'm an idiot. I told you I'm an idiot. I'm sorry about that. That's uncalled for. It wasn't until I hit my guitar I was like, why is it so hissy? Oh well, I guess I thought I messed up the microphone or something. Dude, that is clear as hell. Oh, I hate myself. What? It's not that bad. Yeah, it's not good. No, but it's yeah. Son of a biscuit eating bastard. Hey man, Sean seems stuck, dude. Um, but no, the end shall not come until the man of sin be revealed. So anything that you experienced before has been a lie. Big, long April Fool's joke. Sorry. If it helps any, it kind of was my idea. I guess he just agrees. Yeah. Yeah. That's, that's an amazing one. Yeah. It's just got that taste, baby. Wow. Um, yeah. So, we have such a tendency to think linearly and binarily, even though that is not. No, that's not my fault. That is the heater. But it sounds about the same, right? Let's see. Uh, it's worse. It's my fault. Kick the shit out of me. It's my fault. I'm stupid. I'll remember. I'm correcting. I'm self-correcting. I will remember that from now on. What that noise is. It means, Sean, you're a fucking idiot. Turn off your fucking guitar from the last time you're playing it. Apparently the amp is a little too hot. Clean channel doesn't usually do that. So, yeah, it drives all cranked and shit. Yeah, so at least it wasn't like the serious distortion. Was, if it was, I would have actually it would have been better because I would have found it way sooner. I would have found like I know what that is, but that just sounded like maybe like there's a this microphone was having problems or something, and I've been having a lot of problems with mic cables. So, God is so freaking awesome, man. I mean, it just even if the end is where I hope I get to see the end. I really do. I want to see him work. I want to see God work. I want to see him go to what I mean, take your kid to work today. I want to go. Even if like, okay, that's it. Now you go in the fire too. Thanks for letting me watch, Dad. And I'm gonna go jump in myself. That's like if you can just let me watch what you do. I want to see you Sodom and Gomorrah this whole fucking planet because that's gonna be awesome. Can you imagine? Oh come on, the blowing up of Alderaan wasn't a fucking badass explosion. Now imagine it's real and you're outside watching it and like, oh shit. Oh, where did it go? It just died. No, I get it. I shouldn't be laughing, and I'm going straight into the sun. I get it. You want to push? Give me a push. If it helps you make you feel better, just go ahead and flick me right in, man. Like Ant Man. It'd be great. Like the end of days, like God just shows up because he's like bigger than the whole fucking. You know what I mean? He just shows up and walks up to the planet. We've actually been upside down this whole time. What we think is right side up is actually, you know what I mean? So we all have to kind of go. Oh shit. Okay, so that's right. Okay, that's right side up. I thought north was south and south was north, but apparently, okay, you're right side up. So what's going on? You see like this big pool stick. And a cue ball. He's just queuing up the tip. Because what are you going to do? Run? That's what Jeff Bezos is trying to get away from. This dick shaped rocket. Dude. You can rent a sign that says it doesn't work right for a whole lot cheaper. Oh shit! A whole lot cheaper. Oh man, that money that they put into those, like if you combine the money that Elon's put into that and that Bezos has put into that, just that alone, and put it to practical applications here on Earth, as opposed to launching a Tesla car into space. That's really the best you got, man. And we're supposed to believe you're a genius. Oh, I believe that you're a billionaire. Your bank statement clearly reflects that, and so does your fucking shitty attitude, bitch. Clearly, it's obvious. The way you carry yourself, the way you act, the childish things you say. Let that sink in. Seriously, did you grab that from the Sunday comics, man? I could see like a very bad like 1950s fucking not Hagar. What was that guy? Andy Cap. You know what I mean? He's walking around carrying a sink. Like, what are you doing? Well, no one keeps me out. Why? Let that sink in. Oh, I see what you did. Let that sink in. Honey, I just read a funny in the funnies. You want to hear it? Andy Cap is a rapscallion. You want to see? You want to hear what he's up to now? He and Garfield, boy, that he hates Mondays. And Elon Musk is taking over a social media company. He could have built one cheaper. And called it X. So no one's like Twitter, formerly known, or X, formerly known as Twitter. But he doesn't do anything like that. If you actually look at what he doesn't actually build anything. He just buys into existing companies and takes executive control. That's all. Rich boy using his rich money to buy things that he thinks are going to make him some more money. Basically investing in Tesla, which was already a car company. Then naming yourself head of the company, so when it starts getting popular, who gets all the fucking credit? Steve Jobs really didn't invent shit. He just screamed at the people who could until they did. But why is it going so slow? It should go faster than this. This is too slow. Take it back. It's too thick. It's too heavy. Back. Go back to the drawing board, whatever you fucking have to do. And if it's not on my desk by Wednesday, you're fucking fired. Yes, it's working correctly, but it needs to be smaller, lighter. We got a fucking launch date coming up. Get that shit fixed and put a camera in the back too. Why? Because people are gonna want to fucking. I don't just do it. That's what he did. He didn't sit up all night. Okay, and carry the one. It's still a little too large. What if we shrink? We can shrink it. How we can? The casing. Okay, so we look at the casing. The casing is made out of. If we switch to a lighter, it'd be more durable. Come on, Steve. Think. What should we do here? Let's put that aside. Let's work on the touch screen. Okay, the touch screen side of it. Yeah. That didn't fucking happen, man. Didn't fucking happen. Elon didn't come into a place and go, all right, I'm thinking about doing all electric cars. And I really have a thing for Nikola Tesla. So why don't we call the company Tesla? I've got the money. Don't worry, I got the money. We just got to hire the right people. Right, right. No, I get that. I know the math and all that stuff. I got that. I've already been doing all my research and everything. I know all that. We just got to get the right people. Well, then just go hire them. Of course, I'm the boss. I mean, I'm the one with the idea, right? No. Tesla was a company that he bought into. A balding Elon, I believe, bought into PayPal, which he wanted to call X, which he was told then he couldn't have. Because it was already taken. And from that point on, he started calling everything something, something X, whatever X, X, something, whatever. You know what I mean? Kind of like just a bitch. A bitch. Just a little bitch. Because a person that actually is as ingenuitive as he tries to pretend to be, I can't have X. It's okay. I have millions of ideas. Something good's going to come. It's going to bury it. I'll have something that's going to make them regret that they didn't give me X. Watch. I think there's something. I know we have a business meeting in 2 weeks. Give me some time. Give me some time. Let me pull these ideas together, because what are we doing? Okay, we're doing everything electrical. We're doing things. We're doing that. We're doing this. I'm already getting something coming together. Okay, so combine Tesla with the fucking space. We don't want to do space because that's stupid. So we want to do something else instead of that. I'm going to be using NASA, but you know what I mean? And then you come up with another idea, a new idea besides the letter X. Even if you decide to go with like EXE, X, ECKS, X. The S is silent. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens when you have ideas. It doesn't take you long to think of stuff. I can't have X. No, someone's already taken X. Fuck, that would have been perfect. How about ECKS? X. No? All right, we need the guys working on the logo for that. All right. Whatever. We need who's the best who's the current person that's like really doing really great stuff. Have them make up 17 designs. Of course I'll pay for it. I'm fucking Elon Musk. Have him drop 17 designs. He has 2 weeks. If he wants the money that we're offering. If he's busy, ask him if he's busy. Ask him if he wants this $14 million or not for 15 drawings of ECKS. That's all. And for my situation, like I was talking about, the S is silent. You could just do like a, you know how like letters can have like they look hollow but outlined. Just have an S on the front. He's the type of troll that probably be like, "Damn, why did I think of that?" Because you're an idiot, Elon. Because you're a moron. You're a rich idiot. And to say about people that are stupid and their money are quickly parted, and look what you did buying Twitter. Look how it's the more you try to thrust yourself, the more you were out of the spotlight, the more people liked you. The more you stepped into the spotlight, the more they saw your face. Not the one you're presenting, but your reality. And it's disgusting and ugly. It's hideous. It's grotesque. You want to sleep on the floor of your businesses? Fine. You want to make others sleep on the floor of your business so your dreams can come true while their dreams flounder and die? Fuck you, Elon. You want to bend the fucking rules for yourself and take the risk of possibly going to jail? Fine. You want to risk your employees' lives and shit like that? Fuck you, Elon. You want to break the law so you can make it cheaper when you've got more fucking money than most countries? Fuck you. You bought the President of the United States. Fuck you. What happens when your promise for self-driving cars and shit don't come true? That'd make you a false prophet, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Elon? If everything you said about self-driving cars, that's a problem with the cult of personality. When that person dies, everything goes with them. No one can quite fill that void. When you stand as a unified front, when you pass or when you go away, someone close to you is easily respected because they've seen you guys together. They know. They also have seen the two of you, like, very friendly, and they've seen that. I mean, there's tertiary knowledge of who this person is. But when you set up, only I can fix. Only me. I'm the smartest. I know everything. I got everything. It's all fixed. I got it. I did it. I'm going to do it all in one day. It's going to be a miracle. You're going to wait till you see. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be awesome. It was miraculous watching him turn Barack Obama's fake 5% unemployment. I mean, it's like overnight. Remember the number they were faking because they were not taking in the right account of numbers that are, and so they come back after the election with about the same numbers. And someone actually goes, "What's the difference?" And the person actually had the goddamn indecency to say, "These numbers are real." Let's say that they were right and those numbers aren't accurate. What they were saying, like there's a 5.3% unemployment, but you didn't take into consideration this, and it became 5.6. And so when he takes office, he says 5.6. Technically, he's telling the truth. Technically, they can go out there and say, "I told the truth. The numbers are worse than what they're saying." 5.3%. I'm sorry, by what? It's not. It doesn't matter by how much. The fact is they're wrong and they're lying to you. I could have sworn you said by 0.3%. That's more of a margin of error than a lie, you fucking asshole. Margin of error, lie. What's the difference? The intent. The intent. 5.6, you say 5.3 because it's on a declining, it's on its way. It's going down. So you want to be like, let's keep this going. It's going good. Because the numbers are actually 5.5. I mean, the people that are not applying anymore, and it's an iffy kind of thing. It's about 5.0 to 5.6. So we said 5.3. That'd be fair. Fair? Yeah, that'd be fair. I would say that would be fair. Because you're not overestimating, you're not underestimating. Because I mean, it could be 5.0 for all we know. Okay. 5.3 would be a fair and accurate, yeah, somewhere around 5.3%. Okay. And those are accurate numbers. Yeah. Those are not accurate numbers. It's 5.6%. They've been lying to you about the state of our union. These deceivers want you to believe this country is doing better than it is. That all those help wanted signs you see everywhere are actually people hiring. Those are actually Trump Pence signs. And all the things you're seeing, those aren't happening either. And though you're a Christian, you should cheer the fact that there's a fire going on in California right now because they didn't vote for your God King president, who will be president in a matter of only, 10 days now, and then everything's going to be fixed. He's going to fix the war in Ukraine before he takes office. And then he's going to do health care for day one again. Remember when he did healthcare day one last time? It actually took like a week. And they got it past the House and nothing else. But you probably celebrated if you like Trump because you don't understand how things work. You see these guys, oh, it passed the House, and everybody's over there drinking champagne. They were drinking champagne and beer at your expense for getting 1/3 of a bill passed. It's got to pass the House. It's got to pass the Senate. And then the president has to sign it. Then if there are any challenges, the Supreme Court has to look over it and see if it matches up with the Constitution. That's how it works. They don't just go in there and pass in one side of the fucking House. The House has passed the legislation, therefore it carries. But you're stupid. I remember you. I remember you in high school. Failures. Yelling at me for fucking up the curve. Now you're all a bunch of fucking geniuses, aren't you? Trying to tell me how things actually work when you're going on how you feel. The last thing this fucking world gives a shit about is how you feel.